The sun had barely begun to rise over the east side of Baltimore, painting the cracked sidewalks and faded row houses in soft orange light. It was a quiet Tuesday morning. School was out for the summer, and for 17-year-old Elijah Brooks, that meant freedom. At least it was supposed to. Elijah was the kind of kid people described as quiet but respectful. He wasn't loud. He wasn't confrontational. He liked sketching buildings in his worn-out notebook, headphones always tucked over his ears. He wanted to be an architect. Said he dreamed of designing homes that felt like safety because the world hadn't given him much of that. That morning, he left his house early, around 6:30 a.m. He wore a black hoodie, his favorite one, with the frayed sleeve, and jeans. He was heading to his best friend Isaiah's house 2 blocks over. They had plans to shoot a video for their YouTube channel. Something funny about life in their neighborhood. Elijah had a knack for editing. Always made people laugh. But Elijah never made it to Isaiah's front porch. A police cruiser turned the corner slowly, like a predator circling prey. Inside, 2 white officers. Neither from the neighborhood. Neither knew Elijah. They received a call. Someone reported a suspicious person walking near Maple and 3rd. Black male. Hoodie. Possibly casing houses. That was all it took. The car pulled up beside Elijah. "Hey, stop right there." He paused, one earbud still in, turned toward the voice. "What's going on?" he asked, confused, not scared yet. "Hands where we can see them. Don't move." Elijah raised his hands, just like his mom taught him, just like they practiced. Don't run. Don't argue. Keep your hands visible. But the officer's hand was already on his holster. Empty your pockets. Elijah, still confused, stammered, "I don't have anything, just my phone and my notebook." Stop resisting. A moment later, Elijah was face down on the pavement, his cheek pressed into hot concrete, a knee on his back, his sketchbook flung onto the street, pages fluttering in the breeze like lost wings. They handcuffed him, called for backup, threw him in the back of the cruiser, without ever reading his rights. By the time his mom arrived at the station red-eyed, shaking, carrying his birth certificate like a shield, they told her Elijah matched the description. Matched the description. What description? Black, male, hoodie, breathing. That was all. No stolen property. No evidence. No complaint filed. But Elijah was booked, held for hours. No phone call. No apology. They said they were just doing their job. Elijah didn't cry that day. Not at the station. Not when they finally let him go. Not even when his mom held him in the parking lot, like she was trying to wrap her arms around all the pain. But later, alone in his room, he opened his sketchbook. The pages were torn, smeared. A drawing of a house he started weeks ago. Perfect lines, soft arches, welcoming doors, ruined. He stared at it for a long time before picking up his pencil. He didn't redraw the house. He drew a boy in cuffs, kneeling, hoodie up, a badge looming above. The next morning, Elijah posted the sketch online. Then he told his story. The video went viral, not because it was sensational, but because it was heartbreakingly ordinary. There are thousands of Elijahs, kids who walk home with headphones in, and fear tucked just beneath their ribs. Kids told from the time they can speak to be careful, because the wrong movement, the wrong glance, the wrong hoodie can be mistaken for a threat. Elijah became a voice, one he never asked to be. Schools invited him to speak. A local gallery featured his art. His sketch, The Boy in Cuffs, hung on the wall with the title, Mistaken Identity. But the officers who arrested him? No discipline. No record. They're still out there, looking for the next suspicious person who dares to walk while black. Because the system isn't broken. It was built this way. And Elijah? He still wears his hoodie, still sketches buildings, still walks the same cracked sidewalks. But now, when people ask him what kind of houses he wants to design, he doesn't say safe ones. He says houses that don't judge you before you walk in. In the end, this story isn't just about Elijah. It's about a country that calls innocence suspicious. It's about who gets to walk free and who has to prove they deserve to. We must do better. We must see better. We must build something new,